Recently, the Trump administration implemented the most restrictive form of the global gag rule yet. The global gag rule, also known as the Mexico City policy, was implemented in 1984 by Donald Reagan and has been overturned by every Democratic president since then and then reenacted by every Republican president. Contrary to popular belief, the global gag rule doesn't halt funding to abortions. The Helms Amendment, passed in 1973, already takes care of that. What the global gag rule does do is prevent foreign aid from America to go to any non-governmental organization such as the United Nations Population Fund or Planned Parenthood International because they provide abortion even though they don't use funding from America to provide those abortions. So let's go back to my Slipknot CD analogy. So imagine Mary is about to give her friend Sally a $5 gift card to Starbucks. But Mary says to Sally, "I'm only going to give you a gift card if you promise not to use the $20 already in your wallet on a Slipknot CD." The Mexico City policy is also called the global gag rule because in addition to not being allowed to provide abortions with your own money, your organization cannot inform their patients on where they can get an abortion, such as making a referral or even really informing their patients on that option at all. So back to Mary and Sally. So Sally agrees not to buy the Slipknot CD, but Mary still refuses to give her the gift card. Mary says, "Before I give you the gift card to Starbucks, you must promise not to tell any of your friends about the band Slipknot or which stores currently have their CD in stock." So Sally agrees, up until the recent executive order, that's where the draconian conditions would end. So today, if this were to occur, that whole conversation would still take place, but there would be one more condition. Mary would then say to Sally, "You must also promise to cut ties with all of your friends who listen to Slipknot or just mention the band name Slipknot to any of their other friends. Unless they're talking about how terrible listening to the band is for you." So I hope I'm not the only one who thinks this is crazy. Anti-abortion groups such as Susan B. Anthony List have endorsed this policy. For some reason, anti-abortion groups think the best way forward is to defund organizations that provide contraception, STD, STI testing, HIV/AIDS testing, comprehensive sexuality education, prenatal care, postpartum care, etc. I thought they were pro-life, and I don't know what is so pro-life about doing everything in their power to make sure people in developing countries lose access to health care. So this executive order is not an attack on abortion. It's not even an attack on reproductive health care. It's an attack on health care, full stop. And that is what the pro-life movement celebrates. I'll never forget that Trump was awarded the title Pro-Life Person of the Year in 2017 for implementing policies such as these. So fortunately, there has been a backlash by pro-choice lawmakers in Washington. The Global Health Empowerment and Rights Act has been introduced in both the House and the Senate. Senate Bill 368 has 47 supporters, and House of Representatives Bill 1055 has 170 supporters. So you can check to see if your senator or representative has signed on as a sponsor or a co-sponsor by clicking the links in the description box below. This bill would end the global gag rule, and if I'm not mistaken, would overturn the Helms Amendment. So, back to my analogy, if this bill were to pass, Mary would have to give Sally the gift card to Starbucks and not be able to dictate which band she listens to. And I know this bill will not be passed until we have a Democratic president, but it's important to pass these bills regardless so we can show the American people what Democrats could do if we had a majority. So overall, this is really bad news, and this will result in the deaths and injuries of thousands of women and children worldwide. Regardless, we have no choice but to keep pushing back. Until next time.